I apologize, you guys. This is a late video. I've been supposed to upload this, but this is some things I've been trying to tell you guys, or I'll be talking about. I just want you to pay attention to the videos that you're about to watch and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Is this real? Is it fake? Is it a possibility of it being real? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Listen.
Even for my people that call themselves religious, what prophet did not go to jail? Jesus Christ himself was sought after by the law, the police of that day, right? Why? Because he was speaking out against the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Who was the Sadducees and the Pharisees in religion in Jesus' day? That would be your modern day Pope today. That's the church. So for people that's religious, y'all be trying to be religious and you don't even understand that in the gospel, Jesus was against the church. So that would mean that Jesus was killed by the church. Yes, he was. Because he spoke out against the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And they were trying to jail him. Better worse, they was out to execute him, flat out kill him. And then Judas snaked him. Okay, so you can look at any story of any prophet, in any religion, and they all was facing jail, or they all was flat out executed, killed. You could look at modern day leaders. JFK himself, when he decided to speak out against the system and he realized it was rigged and what it was set up to do.
This string between your thumb and your forefinger, just hold it. Rest your elbow comfortably on your thigh. While you're holding that still, mentally have the idea it's moving back and forth. Don't worry, it'll start moving and it'll start moving wider and wider. See, it's already doing that. Now, once it's doing that, just change the idea in your mind that instead of swinging it like that, it's going to start swinging like this, see? Now, mentally have the idea that it's going to start making circles. Just mentally have the idea it's going to start making circles. There you are, see? Circles. Now bigger and bigger circles. There you are.
Oh my heaven.
You see, your expectancy determines outcome. And as long as you're not attached to the outcome will be guaranteed. And this is living proof that every cell in your body is eavesdropping on your internal dialogue.
What happens when you jump in a hole that goes all the way through the center of the earth?
So you jump in, you will accelerate until you get to the center. You'll hit peak speed. Now, what happens to you? The hole is all the way through the earth. You will overshoot the middle. And now Earth will slowly slow you down. You are slowing down continuously and in the exact rate that you had sped up going in. So it's the exact undoing of everything that happened en route to the center of the Earth. We're ignoring air resistance here. You'll come right up to the edge, and unless somebody grabs you, you're gonna fall back down, and you're gonna repeat this forever. And one round trip takes the same amount of time as an orbiting spacecraft. So if the space station orbits over your head, you jump in the hole, you go down the other side, you actually see it passing over your head, and you come back, and then there it is.
See, what he just said don't make no sense at all. You is not finna be able to travel through the center of the earth. That is not how it's gonna work. People will sit there and say things and make things sound so good because you could use words and manipulate people's thoughts when a lot of people no longer thinking for themselves. As you dig into the center of the earth, or you get closer, it's gonna become hot from the core and all that. You might even run across lava or something, you know, but you ain't gonna make it that far without no equipment or none of that, no ways. And that's not what's gonna happen, what he's talking about. That's not what's gonna happen. But okay.
Most black people don't know that the Democratic Party is the founders of the KKK. They were the ones who enslaved us. That they have black people don't even know that every civil rights legislation in this country was given to us, authored and supported by Republicans and not Democrats, even up until the 90s. Why do you think one gives you all the government assistance and one don't? Because one of them is a slave master taking care of their slaves. Which one is that? The Democratic Party. Hey, we need more government programs. Give them stimulus checks, give them Medicare, give them... Why do you think they keep giving? They're taking care of their slaves and keeping you on the plantation. Most black people don't know that the Democratic Party is the founders of the KKK.
I have reports of several species that are here and have bases here. There's one species that looks something like a praying mantis. And then the short grays
what make people think
the ones that you see in the cartoons.
Things are just made up.
The tall grays
like everybody just
different. They're more.
For
they look
some
more
reason
like
just
humans.
off the record.
The Nordic blondes, for example, are so similar to humans that they can walk down the street and not be detected. There had, in fact, been face-to-face meetings between United States officials and extraterrestrials from other star systems. I decided to go public,
so they run away from them.
For the first time,
they are comfortable.
Anyone of cabinet rank from the G8
they feel or
group of
consider
countries
normal.
That UFOs are as real as the airplanes flying over your head, and started back engineering and spending a lot of money on it. Soon after the crashes,
they will say others are messed up in the mind for thinking opposite of the way they do, but don't want to own up to their own faults, even when they know what they do sometimes is wrong. They might be right sometimes, but a lot of times people know the things that they do is wrong. And I know that I'm talking over a lot of this video.
The treaty stated,
it's because I don't want to be copyrighted. I already tried to upload it and they want to copyright it. So let's see if I can slide by with this.
We would keep their presence on Earth a secret. They would furnish us with advanced technology.
But still have your own mind. Don't let nobody manipulate your way of thinking. You know, your way of thinking is unique. Be your own person.
And monitoring of our development with the stipulation that the humans would not be harmed.
Why won't they just allow us to attach a camera to a drone plane or let us fly out past certain areas for us to explore or see for ourselves? Why do they stop people from being able to travel only so far? To me, it don't make sense unless they trying to hide or keep something away from you. That's all you have to do to enter into this contest or giveaway. Like the video, comment, and leave your Cash App tag. After you receive the money, comment again and say it's real, you know, or hey man, I ain't believe you was really gonna send it, but I got it, you know, just so the people can know that it's real. The only thing that makes sense to me,
what is a person?
But a lot of people don't care to even think about it or talk about it. Or they only feel as if what they see on the map is that's all it is. And they actually out there exploring everything else out there. Not telling you about it, talking about they going out of space. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman, but they only been out of space like 6 times throughout the whole entire time they, whatever. It don't make sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to you all, but not to me though.
They call it human beings.
It's like misdirection.
But they do not have the right to hold sovereignty.
So to speak, I believe in real magic, and I believe in, so to speak, the fake magic, as you all may call it, the sleight of hand, trick of the eye, you know, whatever you might want to say. But
in 1972,
it's also real magic out there, witchcraft, with all that,
any citizen who fights a duel,
they've been going on for centuries.
Section 232 said any person.
A lot of people would want to look past
making a legal
lot of
distinction between a
things
citizen and a person.
for their own comfortability.
So understanding the
For
difference between
I
a
believe,
person
for I see
and a citizen.
my thoughts.
How do you bring this to the court's attention? Very simply.
People
You
are
file a
monsters.
judicial notice.
Humans are
You
monsters.
can file as many as 30 judicial notices.
When they consider themselves to be normal, for what they consider to be normal,
Judicial notice that I'm not a slave.
that's a monster.
File judicial
If
notice
you
I'm not a
look
person. File
at
judicial notice
the
that I'm not a human
behavior
being.
of
File
the
judicial
humanity,
notice that I have no contracts.
of what you all call it,
File a
and look at
judicial
the
notice,
people
write this down, everybody, new
who
people.
consider
Nisi Prius.
themselves normal,
Nisi Prius
or
court.
who people
All
admire.
courts in this land are Nisi Prius courts.
They monsters.
Contract courts, revenue courts.
You
And you have
rarely see
knows that they are Nisi
them
Prius
helping
courts,
others.
and they can't move forward until they prove that you
Let's
have
not
the
talk
contract.
about the one or two
Produce
who
a
may be
contract.
doing it, and let's not
You can
just
do
talk
that.
about
We've had judges accept it.
the one or
Judge
two
Sam
things
Barber
that
said,
they
yes,
did
we're Nisi Prius
before.
court.
Let's talk about
My buddy, he
overall.
didn't. Then
Me?
judge went on to the next judicial
I'm not
notice. They
going to
didn't
look
stop.
to live in no
They had
big
the court.
houses, and
Should've stopped
I
right there,
don't
prove
need
the
all that
contract.
money to live that comfortable.
No matter what you do,
Maybe I
if you
might
do it
go and
right.
live somewhere so I don't feel, so I can feel
Judicial
safe, I
notice,
can have my
non-assumptive.
family living
Non-
good.
something
Maybe
means
that,
no contract.
but to
We do
have
everything by
it to
judicial
where you
notice with a
just,
motion to dismiss.
it's like it's overboard. It's too much.
You
What
can
is you
file
doing
as
with all
many
that? You
motions
got so
to
much
dismiss as you
maintenance to
want.
do. You
Form
got
notice.
somebody
You
cooking
can
your
form
food.
notices up.
You got somebody
Until the end
cutting
of
your
time.
line.
Every
You
time a
got,
judge does
and they
a
think
mistake, you think
to
it's a
talk
mistake,
down
we'll
on
do
the
something,
others
So sure you are.
who choose not to do all that. Man, I
In
don't
many
need
different
nobody
ways,
cooking my food. Man, I
keep
don't
the
need
ball
nobody
in
cutting
your
my
court.
line.
Make
They'll
it
talk
start
down
proving
on you
everything. That's the key
and say,
element.
man,
To make the
he
other
must
side
ain't
prove
got the
every
money
single
like
element.
that. He ain't taking no
Also,
private
when it
jets.
comes to
He
perjury,
riding
you tell
he
me what
riding
you
the
saw.
plane like everybody
Well, I
else.
saw this motor
He
vehicle.
waiting in line like
Objection.
everybody else.
Define what motor vehicle is,
Come on, man.
according to law.
But these are
Since you
the
saw it,
things that goes
it has
on
only
in
hearsay
the
what
world,
you saw.
and people
Let's
choose
define
to
what
ignore
according
it.
to the law. What is it? Well, I was
They
told
not
everything
even, they
was
walk
a motor
past the
vehicle.
homeless people
That's
all
not
the
what the court
time,
said. What does
looking
the court say
down
motor
on them,
vehicle is?
not even
What's the case name, Steve?
trying to figure out why
Geico Insurance
they in
versus,
that position.
Carrier
You never
Carrier
know.
insurance. So the vehicle
Maybe
means
they
commercial,
job
according to the California.
just lost everything, you know, and it wasn't their fault. Everybody at that job just, you know, and he wasn't able to get back onto it. You know, he didn't want to settle for the little small jobs at the time. You know, a lot of people be too prideful to settle for small things, or maybe he'll look and they wasn't, you know.
Did you
It
go to
happens.
police academy? Yes, I did.
It happens,
How
you
long
know,
was the
and
police
people
academy?
don't care for that.
6 months.
You know,
Did they teach you
woman
the
will
laws that
leave
you
you
were enforcing?
because
Yes, they
she
did.
ain't, and that's one of the that's one of the things for men. They look for a woman.
Now you got it.
A woman is a man
Watch this
back
video
home.
before it's removed
They look
from
for
the
that.
internet.
Without it, it's hard for that man to come up. It's hard for that man to stay up. But when you do have the ones that do, you know, they strong. But it's hard. You rarely see that where that man did this and did that by himself and uphold that by himself. But you have all these women out here thinking that they the prize if he choose to be with them. You ain't no prize. you ain't no prize. I don't care what your background history is. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what you talking about. You is not the prize. That man done did everything he done did already. You wasn't there when he was in middle school, junior high, high school, college. You wasn't there. You know, even if he ain't go to college, you wasn't there. You wasn't on that man's side telling him and like, yeah, we gonna do this. Yeah, we gonna be doing that. Y'all wasn't on that type of timing with each other. No matter what he wanted to become, you ain't try to keep him on track, you know. But that's what a man be looking for. Women don't care for none of that. They be feeling like Why would I have to do that? Why would I do that? But you out here being a thought, you know, not trying to build nothing with nobody. You ain't trying to build nothing for yourself, it don't seem like. Or is you all for yourself, you know? But a lot of times they not really building nothing for themselves. They just thinking they doing something, but they just exploring. They exploring their options of what they have and what they see, what they mesmerized to. That's why I say people is too comfortable to even think about the things that I say and to even acknowledge this video maybe, you know. But hey, much love. God is real. Look, I messed up my video, but listen. Understand, God is real. Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. Don't know what time zone you may be in watching this video, but we are out. I messed up my outro, but hey.